Hey, what's going on, everybody? EpicFilmCritics here, and welcome back to another epic episode of our gaming series that we just started a couple weeks back. We apologize that we haven't really uploaded anything in a couple weeks, I guess. It's really hard to get to kind of like a time to record sometimes, but like today we're gonna try and record quite a bit. So, but yeah, so today in this gaming series, as you guys can probably see by the title, we're here to talk about Saints Row 4 and our opinions on it and why we think it's going to be complete shit.
Yes, very.
Alright, so first, before we get into Saints Row 4, let's talk about Saints Row 3. Because that kind of set the bar for what Saints Row 4 is like pretty much going to be.
Yeah.
Saints Row 3 fucked up that series.
Complete
I know
shit.
there are a lot of people that really love Saints Row 3. In some degree, I can see why they feel that way. I mean, well, okay, first of all, the story was complete crap.
Very.
The story was awful. It was not entertaining whatsoever. But I do realize, though, in terms of Saints Row, the story isn't really that big of a factor, and I understand that, so, that's easy to pass.
It was a factor for me, though.
I mean, story's always a factor for me, but, in terms of a game that's not really based off of the story, then you can kind of, think of The Walking Dead, for example, like the new game. It's not, the story's not great. But
it's okay.
But the gameplay is what's fun.
Yeah.
Like, really,
I guess, but
we're talking about Survival Instinct, like, by the way, like, new fucking Walking Dead game that just came out. The story is fine, but, what actually makes the game enjoyable and very, very entertaining is, like, running around killing zombies with shit.
Yes,
like, really. Like, that's a lot of the fun. Alright, but, so Saints Row 3, in Saints Row 3, if you actually think about the game, the way, okay, Saints Row 1 and 2 were amazing.
Yeah.
Hold on, one sec. Brody, keep talking. Talk about Saints Row 1 and 2.
Alright, so if you haven't played this games, Saints Row 1, it's you're walking down the street, and there's this gang shootout. I think you either get shot or something like that. Not sure. And then the leader of the Saints, I think his name's Julius, pretty sure.
Alright, what the fuck are you talking about?
Saints Row 1.
Oh, alright. Did you just fucking go through the entire story?
No, they're like the first cutscene.
Alright, that's not what we fucking need to do.
Oh.
So basically, the general basis of the first two games was, you're in a gang. In the first one, you're in a gang, you're kind of starting out. But what I loved about the first two is that the whole game was based around gangs.
Yeah.
And you, like, took territories, you did, like, just, like, gang-based things, like, just things that gangs do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then in the third one, here came along, like, fucking zombies and just shit that had nothing to do with gangs whatsoever. And, like, look at the gangs in Saints Row 3. Those aren't gangs.
Yeah.
It was a fucking wrestler. And, like, the computer one was kind of realistic, I guess, because, like, there are, like, kind of, like, computer gangs, kind of.
Except
like, these
for
days.
you don't actually go into computers and fight people.
Yeah, that part's fucking retarded. What's the other gangs? There's one other one, right? And that's kind of...
It was like, I don't know what they were
Shining
called.
Star, I think they were called.
Yeah.
Something Star,
And they were
but
basically like...
we haven't played it in a long
mob
time.
Or something.
Yeah, Yeah, they were the Russian mob.
Yeah?
Yeah. But they weren't, like... they were retarded, though, I remember.
Yeah.
They were the only, like, somewhat realistic gang in that entire thing. But, our point is, the Saints Row 1 and 2, I'm not trying to say at all that Saints Row 1 and 2 were, like, realistic games. But, Saints Row 3 just took away the whole aspect of what Saints Row 1 and 2 were. Like, it had nothing to do with gangs whatsoever. The story was really dumb. Like, it was, like, zombies and, like...
Aliens, too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, aliens. So, yeah, like, at the end. Because, like, if you choose a certain way to end the game, there was kind of like a... what's it called? A Saints in Space, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And you're like an actor or something, too?
Yeah. But, yeah, so besides that point, let's take a look at Saints Row 4. Alright, they basically took Saints Row 3 and fucked it up even more. So let's take a look at what the game basically is. In Saints Row 4... you play just the same as Saints Row 2 and 3. You are the head guy. And that's no problem for me because I like being like the head guy.
Yes.
But you have been elected as the President of the United States. I think that's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, because that would never fucking happen.
You can't be the president if you got a criminal record.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, besides the point. I mean, like, I know people in the comments will be arguing that, like, you know, like, it's not supposed to be realistic and shit like that. Yeah, you're right. It's not supposed to be realistic. But there's a difference between being, like, unrealistic and being, like, retarded. Like, there's a difference. It says there is a new plot twist with a catastrophic alien invasion to planet Earth. That's also dumb.
Yeah.
Again, completely going away from the aspect of gangs. It's not a gang game anymore. It's just based around dumbass guys going around shooting aliens now. Let's see. The aliens have transported the Saints to a bizarro steel port simulation. So the aliens put the Saints in a video game. Like, I don't understand. Because, like, this is the first time I'm actually seeing this. This is on IGN's website, so this is, like, official. We're just, like, reading, like, what their article was. So your guy also has superpowers, and I'm assuming all of the other Saints have superpowers too.
Yeah.
So let's see. Superpowers and fight to free humanity from alien granddaddy Zinniac's mental grasp. Do you know how dumb that sounds? Like, they took it, like, they've taken it too far. Like, I officially hate Saints Row.
Yeah.
Because of 3 and what 4 is going to be. Like, my God.
Well, I don't hate the whole series. I just hate those
No, I hate
two.
3 and 4. The first and second one are iconic. Those are probably the best, like, gang games that there are besides for like San Andreas.
Yeah.
So let's see. Players can use their newfound superpowers and leap over buildings, outrun the fastest sports cars, or send enemies flying with telekinesis in the greatest, most insane installment of Saints Row yet. Save the world, Saint style. That sounds so dumb. Like, honestly, I can't even tell you people. I know there's people, like, PAX East was very, very recent. Like, you know what that is?
No.
It's like E3, basically, except, like, a lot smaller.
Yeah.
But it's, like, the same, like, idea. But yeah, at PAX East, they were letting people, like, there was, like, a big conference where they basically let people, like, watch. I'm pretty sure there wasn't any gameplay, but it was basically just, like, a conference where the developers basically just, like, talked about it. And, like, I don't understand. There are, like, ridiculous amounts of people lined up to see Saints Row 4. You know, like, I understand people's, like, kind of, like, interest in it because, you know, it sounds insane, but I don't find that cool at all. Like, that's big because, I mean, making the game crazier and crazier is not good.
Yeah.
That's just making it dumb. Like, they're making it dumb. Saints Row 3, I mean, it was really dumb, but it was somewhat tolerable.
Yeah.
Like to some, I mean, like, I still played it, and I still, to some degree, enjoyed it, I guess, until the story started getting, like, really, really dumb.
I enjoyed horror mode or something like that.
The first, like, maybe half an hour of the game was awesome. Like, when you jump out of the plane and shit like that stuff was fun. I found that really, really enjoyable. But once you started taking over, like, military bases and, like, using the fucking, like, rockets to, like, blow up, like, tanks and stuff,
Predator
it's like,
missiles and
and then, you know, once you're fighting, like the wrestler, like, that has nothing to do with gangs whatsoever. Like, they just, I mean, they like, destroyed the point. Like, I actually seriously wonder if the developers of Saints Row 3 and 4, like, are the same guys that did Saints Row 1 and 2.
Probably not.
Like, I cannot imagine that. Like, they just ruined, like, the series, like, a lot. Like, they fucked it up.
If it is, it probably did meth or something.
Yeah. It's also coming out in August. I'm going to talk about why that's a really dumb date. I mean, I don't think there's any other games coming out in August, but they're coming out around the same time as GTA 5. The point I'm trying to make with this is that Saints Row 5 is going to rape Saints Row 4 in the ass. Excuse my language, but it's true.
You said Saints Row 5, I think.
Oh, did I? Well, Saints Row 4 comes out a month before GTA 5. That's really dumb. Let's see. But yeah, late August is when they're kind of, like, expecting to release it. But yeah, just, I mean, I don't know. The whole game just looks fucked. Like
Yeah.
they've screwed themselves over big time, and I'm sure they're going to do very, very well in sales. Like I have no doubt whatsoever, because I know there's so many people that are like brainwashed by it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I know a lot of people who love Saints Row 3, and I can't understand it whatsoever.
Josh.
Like, yeah, well, I mean, there's lots of people who loved it. Like, there's people like, oh my god, like there's, you know what, like no, I mean, there's a lot of people just like love Saints Row 3. I'm kind of just like rambling on now, but I'm sure it'll do very, very well despite how good the game actually is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it'd be pretty cool if you guys left a comment kind of stating your opinion on how you think Saints Row 4 is going to turn out, and if you are going to buy it or not, because I'd love to be interested, but I'm definitely not getting it.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell. With all the games coming out around that time, like I really want to get The Last of Us. I want to get Beyond. I want to get GTA 5. I want to get Assassin's Creed. Like, there's a lot of games coming out this year, and that will not fuck it up for me. So yeah. Please leave a comment. This has been Epic Film Critics. Peace out, guys.